this lesson we'll be learning how to create the sign up form. As I've designed this for you all, this is what exactly we'll be doing. If you want to give it a try without saying my tutorial, you can go ahead, you can pause the video and you can give it a try. Alright, so if you have done it successfully, well done. Let's begin. So this, whatever you see, this is our heading tag, and this font which we have made it in bold, and this is our user name field where I type, suppose if I type Joe's, you can see the text out there. When I type the password should be invisible, as you must have already guessed. And this date of birth, you can choose the date, the calendar pops up, you can choose any of the dates. And choosing the gender, you can choose male or you can choose female. So one thing you have to remember out here, when I'm choosing male, the female should be deselected, or when I choose female, the male should be deselected. So this option should be activated. Otherwise, sometimes what happens is when I choose both, when I choose male, male will be chosen, and when I choose female, both will be chosen. So it should not be the case here. And you can just put your address. Just for the example, I'm giving St. Joseph School, and you can choose the country, India, and I agree. See, the box is a little bit different from the box which you can see here in the gender. This box is square box, where when I click on the check marks, that is why it is called checkbox. Alright, and we have two buttons out here. One is to submit. Actually, this is not going to submit, this is just the design, so nothing is going to happen for the time being, but later on we'll be learning how to send all the details of this form and save it somewhere for the future use. There is a button called clear. You must have already guessed. When I press here, what happens? Everything is cleared. Okay, so we will try to do this. As usual, now we'll be opening our notepad. For the timing, let's minimize this. Let's open notepad. Alright, so this is our editor where we write our HTML code. You can use Notepad++ if you have, or you can use any other softwares, but I'll be using this notepad for today's tutorial. Alright, so first thing, we start with HTML, then head, title. So normal structure, so I'll give sign up form. So close the title, then you can close your head, then you start your main body of the program, body, then you close HTML. Alright, let's write something, sign up form, just for the time being, and let's save it. So I'm using E drive and it's going in computer homework details. Alright, so sign up tutorial, give the name .html. So let's save it there. Let's go to the folder and go to E drive, computer homework, sign up tutorial. This sign up is which I've created earlier. So let's see this. Yeah, so our page is getting ready, but it's nowhere close to this form, but we'll definitely go there. Alright, so let's come back to our program. So let's change the color. First go to body, bg color equals to cyan, which is our favorite color, which you already know. Let's refresh the page. The color has been changed, which I think you're aware of it, how to do it. Alright, so let's go here and let's write center, because I want to put everything in the center. So let's say h1, close h1, and this sign up form I will just delete that and write, let's see what we have written out here, sign up form. Alright, so let's write sign up form. Let's save it, go back to your page, refresh it. Wow, it's in the center, it's looking nice, but the color is not changed. Color we have to change and make it red. As you can see, it's red out here, so that also we already know how to do it. Just use the tag called font, then you can say color equals to red. Okay, so close the font out here, otherwise all the fonts will be red. So go back and refresh it. Now the font is also red. Alright, then after that we respect your privacy. I'll just copy this for the time being, I don't want to write it. So I'll just copy this and let's go back here to our notepad. Then let's put B tag, it is in bold. Then after that, let's close the B tag. Let's go back to the tab and refresh it. Yes, we respect your privacy, it came also. It's exactly looking like this only. Yes? Okay. Now there is a line out here, horizontal line, and I think you know how to create this. It's very simple. We create that with HR tag, horizontal row. So let's go back, refresh it. Horizontal row. The line is also there. Okay. So now we have come to the main part of this program where we have to create the form, sign up form. Right? So to create that, one thing we have to always remember, whatever the form we are creating, it should be within the form tag. So why do we use form here? It is this form will help us to collect all the details, whatever you entered here, and send it somewhere so that we can save it and we can use it in future. So always remember all these tags, the tag where you can type your username, password, should be within the form tag. Okay, so the form is here, and yeah, form has different attributes like action, and the action says that where do you want to go when somebody clicks on submit. Do you want to take this details to which other page? You can just give the page name like second.html or whatever, but for the time we will not be sending anything, so we will not be using the action. Okay, and we have the other attribute called method equals to we are posting, so we always have to write post, and this also not needed for the time being. This is just for your information. So let's just write form, and let's start making our boxes. Okay, so first enter username, which is the normal text. So we can say enter user name colon. So let's save it, let's go back and refresh it. It's coming here at the left hand side since it is in the middle of the page. So what I'll be doing is I'll be using one thing called align equals to center. Okay, so when you do this, whatever you write within the form, everything will go in the center. So as you can see, it came in the center. Now to create the box, we need a box where we can type the username. So now these boxes can be created with the tag called input. Okay, so you write input, you can write in capital letter, you can write in small letter, but I'll be writing in capital for the time being. Okay, input, then the attribute of the input is type equals to, you have to write text. Very simple. So when you write this, what happens is, let's save it, go back, refresh, you'll see the box where you can even type something, type your username, and this box can be used for accepting email, accepting so many other things, like you want to accept for example phone number, you can use this box for the phone number also. Okay, so the same box can be used for multiple things to accept. Alright, so but one thing you have to remember out here, what I am giving is, we can give the name equals to, you can give username. So this name is like creating our variable in the program. So we give different name for different boxes so that we can get the value from there and take it somewhere for the later. But for the time being, without name also it works. But it is always a good practice. You give this name, because in future we'll be needing this so that we can take the value from here and we can save it somewhere. Okay, so this is our username box which is created. Alright, so when I refresh this, I can see object blank, but when you go back to the design page, here username is there. So when I click on this, when I type, it disappears. So how is that possible? See, password is visible out here. So but here in our page, nothing is there. So how to put this password or whatever the detail you want to put it here in the box? See, username. So to do that, you can use the attribute called placeholder equals to, and what do you want to write here within the box? So for the time being, I'll be writing the username. So go back and refresh it. See, now you can see username. So when you click here and when you start typing, it will vanish. And when you just delete that, again it will come back. So it is nice, right? Good. Okay, so let's create the other box. So I'll be using here br tag, because this input tag is not going to give any space automatically. So that is why I'll be using br, so that the next thing will go on the next line. So 2br means 2 line spaces. And enter password. Save it, go back, and let's refresh it. So enter password key. Now we need the box for password, but when I type on the password box, it should not be, the text should not be visible. So to do that, again we use input tag, input type equals to password name equals to, I will just give pass, and the placeholder equals to password, or you can say enter password. It's totally up to you what you want to write out there. So input type equals to password, input type equals to text for the username, input type equals to password for the password. So that when I save here, go back and refresh it, so when I type the password, see, the password is hidden. Alright, good. So then after that, again we will use br tag, then after that refresh it. So now we have the other field called date of birth, where you can choose the date. So the calendar pops up out here. So how to make this? Very simple again. So I'll just write here date, then input type equals to date. Okay, name equals to, you can say this. See, I'm giving different names for different boxes so that I can get the value from it. Okay, go back and refresh it. See, the date is also there, so we don't have to write program to create all these boxes and all that. Just write date, input type equals to d. What happened to the spelling of date? Okay, so let's correct this, date, date. Alright, so when I click on this, the date, the calendar appears. This is very, very simple. Okay, so let's go to the next box. BR, twice BR I'll be using. I want to see which boxes we have. Choose your gender. Okay, so let's go and write choose your gender. BR. Then after that, male. Okay, then after that we need to create a box. So to create a box, again input type equals to, here we have write radio. Okay, then name equals to, I will give here gender, gender, close the bracket. So let's see whether we got, okay, good. looks nice. Let's try to choose it. Good. You can choose that male. Choose your gender. Male there. We need to create female also. So I'll just copy this and let's paste it. So it's always good practice. You need to use this copy paste when you are typing, because so many times when we are using variables and names like this and all that, you might make spelling mistake and the program might not work properly. So it's if you have written something which you have to write it again, or it's almost same, then you can use copy paste option, which will save your time also, as well as uh, it will help you in making less errors in the program. Okay, so input type equals to radio, but now one thing you have to remember here is, for this radio button, name should be C. For suppose if you have three options, okay, and you want to choose only one, then the name should be same. If you have four options and you have to choose only one, the name should be same. If you give different name, like let's say for example here, let's first save it and let's try how does it work. Choose this. See, it's getting deselected. But suppose, like for example, if I change the name of this and say female, and let's save it and go back, refresh it, choose male, choose female. What is happening out here? Both are getting selected, which should not be. You cannot be male and female at the same time. So the reason here is because the name are different. The names are different. So that is why always remember one thing: when you are creating radio button and you have four options and you want to choose only one, or you want your user to choose only one, the name should be same. So let's see gender. If you can write G also. It's not compulsory you have to write gender only. You can write any of the options. Okay. So let's. I'm trying to be very quick so that the video is not very long. So okay. See, now you can choose this also. Let's go to the other field, address. Now we have similar to the text box, but now in this what happens is we have more rows and it's bigger. Okay, so how to create this box? Alright, so to do that, use br, then address, then use br again, so that the box is just next to the address. Okay, or below the address. So here to create this we need the different tag that is called text area. Okay, calls in text area we have columns and rows. Columns are this horizontal line actually in this. Okay, and the rows actually columns are this vertical lines, which we have already discussed before. I'm sorry. And the rows are this horizontal lines. So the vertical, how many vertical lines you want here? So we can write here text area calls for columns, and then you can see, let's say 50 columns. Okay, 50 boxes. Then rows, how many rows you want? Suppose I want 10 rows. Okay, then you can say name equals to address, and then you need to close text area. Just remember, you need to close this. Input tags are empty tags, we don't have to close them, but this text area is the content tag, we have to close it. You don't have to put anything inside. Suppose if you want to write something in the box, you can write it here, but for the time being, let's not write it anything out there. So let's save it, go back, see the box is here. Okay, if you want the list rows, then you can just change the rows number out here. If you want more rows or more columns, you can change the values out here. Okay, so then let's go back. Now we have choose country. We can choose one options from here. So we can either choose Bangladesh, we can choose Nepal, we can choose India. So how to make this multiple choice option? Okay, so let's do that. BR tag. So let's say country. That's our normal text. We don't need anything. So let's just refresh it. Country key, just beside that country we need something we can choose. So let's not put BR out here, but now we have to write the tag called SELECT, select tag. Name equals to country, country, okay, country. Okay, so then let's close the select tag. This select tag is also the contain tag, and so within that, now what we need to do is we need to put, let's just save it and let's see how does it work. Okay, so we don't have any option. The box is created, but it's very tiny, and when we click, nothing happens. So let's put some options out there. To put the options, we need to write OPTI1 option and close option. Then what I'll do is I'll just copy this for the time being. Let's copy this. Then first, whatever the first option you give, that will be visible on the box. Like let's say for example here, choose one. I'll just write choose one dot dot dot. So when I go back, refresh it, that first option will be visible here on the box by default. So when I click on that, nothing comes. So what we need to do is here we need to add some more options. So I've already copied them, so I will just paste it. Then after that I will write the country's name, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Thailand. Okay, for the time being I'm giving this many countries name that you can add according to your wish. You can just keep on adding option and you can write your country. You must be thinking out here, can we put the flag also out here? The flag of India, flag of Nepal, flag of Bhutan, which would be nice, interesting. Yeah, of course we can do that, but we need some CSS code for that. So we'll be learning CSS pretty soon. So once we learn CSS, we learn how to align these things. These boxes are also not aligned properly. We can align them straight, which will look nice. So we need CSS. We'll be learning CSS after maybe we have 2 more topics of HTML. Then we'll be learning CSS. Okay, good. So then we will learn how to do all those things. We'll learn how to add the flags. We'll learn how to align them properly. We can put different colors. Okay, so it will be nice. All right. So for the time being, now it is remaining design. Okay, I agree that I'll just copy this for the time being, and I need to create this box. So let's write break tag. Then after that, input type equals to check box. That time I said it's a checkbox, so we have to write checkbox only, but it's input tag. Type equals to checkbox. Okay, and name equals to, we can give terms. Okay, then close the bracket. Then you can paste this. I agree. Whatever the condition you want to give, you can change this condition. This is just for example. I've given that. So I agree. See, the box is also created. So there's a difference between this radio button and the checkbox. Checkbox actually, when do we use checkbox? Checkbox in our website is when we have 4 options, let's say, and among 4 options you want to choose 2, which in this we can choose only 1. But if you want to make it choose 2, or out of 4 you want to make it like they can choose all, so you can use this checkbox. So that is the main difference between radio button and checkbox. So you should know when to use radio button and you should when to use a checkbox. Okay, good. So now last thing remaining, that is to create 2 buttons where we can click, we can submit. So let's create that. So let's say br, then after that input again type equals to, the clear button is reset. Right, reset, so that it is going to clear all the options. Suppose if you are not using the form and if you are using this type equals to reset button, that form is not going to be cleared. Remember that. Okay, so always remember whatever the boxes we make should be within the form tag. Reset, then value equals to, value means what do you want to write in that box. You want to write clear, you want to write reset, whatever you want to write. So let's say reset. Okay, Then we can give the name also, equals to reset for the time being. So let's go back, and instead of clear it should be reset here in our new form, reset. So let's try this. Let's type something. Let's choose our date. Let's write something. Let's choose mail. Let's choose country. I say agree, and if I say, oh no, I want to reset this form, I want to enter all the details again, they can just press reset. So everything is deleted. So instead of deleting one by one, it becomes easier to delete everything at once. Okay, good. So next thing, we need the submit button again. I'll be copying this and I'll just paste it, but instead of reset, we have to write here submit. Okay, and the value, I will write here submit, SUBMIT. Name equals to submit. Save it, go back, refresh it, submit form has come. Good. Alright, so the last one is creating the row. Again, you already know how to create the row, come out of the form. You don't need HR within the form because HR is just the horizontal row. So our design is complete. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you've learned how to create the sign up form. Thank you.